Well, hey everybody, welcome back to Minute on the Mountain. It's been a little while since we've made a video. I want to apologize about my voice. I'm fighting a cold and it's settled just right in my throat and my chest, but at least it's on the way up. I couldn't even whisper yesterday. I just topped off getting gas. I'm about 3.5 hours south of where I live in Logan. I got about 2.5 more hours to go to meet a really good friend of mine named Jonathan that moved to Louisiana a few years ago. And he and I are going to connect with another guy that's with him. And we're going to hike Spooky and Peekaboo, which are two of the most famous slot canyons here in Utah at the Escalante Grand Staircase Monument. So we'll be camping tonight, hiking tomorrow, then I'll turn around and drive right back home to Logan tomorrow evening. So it's going to be a long drive down and back for a short hike, but I'm really looking forward to it. I haven't seen Jonathan in quite a while. He's had a major impact on my life. Probably one of the biggest reasons I'm in ministry now. Anyway, so looking forward to it. Should see some really amazing features, God's country. I'll show you a little glimpse of the drive as we head down there. Thanks for coming along. Well, good morning, everybody. I got into camp last night just right before dark, and this is what I woke up to. A little sunshine this morning, few clouds overhead. It's supposed to get cloudier this afternoon. I've got my tent all put away, and Jonathan and Adam are packing their camp up. We're just off of Hole in the Rock Road, off of Highway 12 for you guys that know the area. And then we're going to finish packing up. We're going to start the 26-mile drive down this dirt road to get to the Spooky and Peekaboo trailhead. But this is just free dispersed camping right here in this little meadow with a few juniper trees dotted around it. Worked out pretty nice. And I'll come over and introduce you guys to Jonathan and Adam. We are just getting ready to hit the road, but I want to introduce you to Jonathan and Adam. We realized that Adam lost his soul on this trip, so he's trying on my boots. So Adam, you're telling me you're not a cobbler by trade?
That's
Is that
right.
what you're telling me?
That's
okay.
right.
So anyway,
I do with what I can, though.
This is Adam. I had not met Adam until this morning. He was already in the tent when I got here.
The hat hair.
You're good. And then Jonathan, who used to live in the same valley that I live in, and he and his wife Marilyn are great friends of ours. He moved down to Louisiana, and they're on how many days have you guys been out here?
Oh, just about a week, probably.
Okay, so they're here for about a week, and I just drove down to spend the day with them. And we weren't even planning to camp together, but then we realized when he reached out to me, we were going to be in the same spot. So that was an unexpected blessing. I got a chance to hang out with him a little last night, and we're going to hit the road. And I brought my hiking boots, but right now I think I'm just going to hike in my tennis shoes, so Adam's giving them a try.
They're going to work?
You think they're going to work?
I think so.
All right.
All right.
Well, next time we see you guys, we should be walking up to Spooky and Peekaboo. We just left the trailhead. We were coming in from the lower entrance. There's two ways to get down here on the map. Actually, Jonathan said there's a third way. So it's a pretty easy hike in. You're just kind of coming along the top, and then up here we're going to drop down into the wash, and then we'll show you Peekaboo first. We just had a group from Montana tell us there's water in Peekaboo. I've never had water in Peekaboo before. I've only hiked it twice, but it was dry both times, so this will be a new one for me.
Never had a sensation like this before.
All right, starting the little switchbacks down into the wash. Well, there's looking down on the wash. That's where we're gonna. Peekaboo's kind of right there in front of you to your right, isn't it, Jonathan?
No. So, I don't remember this entrance route though. I don't remember all this along the.
Isn't that not it right there?
Yeah, I think it is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't remember this. I thought we kind of went down pretty quick into it, but I don't know.
Yep, so we're going to drop down into this, and then if you look over here, guys, in this curve, I think that's the entrance to Peekaboo. If not, I'll correct it when we get down there. We drop down into the wash. So I'm going to flip this around and kind of see what we came down. Another family coming down us. And we'll just got about 2 little curves around this little wash and we'll be at Peekaboo. Nope, you're perfect. All right, we've made it to the entrance to Peekaboo. We got a family in front of us that's heading up it, showing us how to do it. Well, we just made it up the entrance. Now we're really getting into the slot. It's going to be a wet hike today. Got a little water in. Just helped mom and her boy get down, and they're on their way out. So here we go.
Crazy.
Incredible. Thanks for doing this. You want right or left? It will be easier for you to get a handhold.
I think my right to you. Now, grab my left on it or somewhere over there. Yes. I don't know what to do.
Okay.
Let me try.
Am I messing you up?
Okay. I'm good.
Got it? Okay. Let's go to Escalante, he said. Come with me a hand.
Yeah, well, thanks.
Cool. All right. Woo. Oh, you all right? I remember this.
Did you catch all of that on film?
This has got that little arch. Yeah, I did record me and Jonathan coming up, and it was still recording, so I think it got you.
Did you either go up or around or through?
I went under when I came, but that's just because I was young and stupid, so who knows.
I'll be old and stupid. There's a time to be stupid, it's then. I'm going around.
All right. Adam and Jonathan just coming up out of the real narrow part of Peekaboo. Well, I thought we had got to the point where we popped out of Peekaboo, but I was wrong. We're still in it. Yeah, I think that right curve is up here, Jonathan. I think we're pretty close. Well, we made it to the top, and luckily we had these youngins show us how to do it. So these guys are traveling from Wyoming on their spring break. How was it, guys?
Good.
Yeah, did you have a good time?
Yeah.
All right, so this young man, I believe, made it all the way without getting wet.
I did get wet once.
Once. So I don't know how he did it. He must be part Spider-Man because we were wet pretty much from the beginning. So, but they're enjoying the spoils of the success now. Sour Patch Kids and water?
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty good way to go. All right. Well, it's nice to meet you guys.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Jonathan.
Well, we're coming towards the end of the overland route between Peekaboo and Spooky. So we'll be dropping into Spooky here in just a little bit, and we'll let you guys follow along and see what that looks like. All right, guys, we dropped down into the entrance of Spooky. So it doesn't look like much when you're first getting in, but it gets really cool, really tight. We're at the top end of it now and just starting our descent down through it. And again, forgive my voice, still battling this cold or whatever I have going on. Man, what a pretty day though. The wind's not blowing. I think there was, John, there was a wind advisory today, was it?
I think so.
And so far we've been blessed. The sun's out. What a great day to be in God's creation. Oh, you went around it.
What's that?
I said I'm gonna get a shot of Adam coming through there.
I got a shot of Jonathan.
And then he went around it. I just came through that little mini arch. Okay, dropping down this little spot. Adam just made it down, and Jonathan's working his way down. Jonathan, you want a hand, or are you just going to kind of slide off from there? Or?
Yeah, I think I'll be
Okay.
all right. HPV virus.
All right, we got. All right, getting ready to drop down again. Here we go. We are in the belly of the beast. Look at that. Look where the water's brought that debris down in here. I mean, I'm literally walking sideways, guys, because if I walk straight,
John, we're way behind.
I can't get through. Okay, do you need a hand?
Oh no, we're good. Sorry.
And I was narrating in the video.
Okay.
I wasn't.
That's what I thought. Sorry, I just took it for you talking to us.
You're okay.
Amazing.
That looks so cool with you coming out too.
Amazing.
Well, we hiked back up out of the wash, guys, and we're on the final stretch to the vehicles. And then we're gonna switch it up a little bit today. And how we doing, guys? We're gonna switch it up a little bit when we get back to the vehicles. Jonathan's gonna do the Minute on the Mountain for us. So stay tuned for that.
Hey folks, appreciate John giving me the opportunity to bring the Minute on the Mountain today. The philosopher Soren Kierkegaard says that life is best understood looking backwards, but we have to live it forwards. The writer of the book of Ecclesiastes says that life is vanity, all is vanity. The Hebrew word for vanity means meaningless or futile or smoke, something that can't be grasped or held onto. And he goes on through the book to give a series of observations and experiments that support his conclusion. And he makes the same conclusion toward the end of the book. However, in the very last 2 verses of the book, he says, the conclusion when all has been heard is fear God and keep his commandments, because this applies to every person. For God will bring every act to judgment, everything which is hidden, whether it is good or evil. And the problem with what he says there is not that what he says, but is what he doesn't say. He doesn't tell us what that judgment looks like, when it takes place, or things like that. It's only in the New Testament when we begin to get a real clearer picture, not a clear picture, but a clearer picture of what to expect. 2 Corinthians 5 says that Paul tells us that we must all stand before the judgment seat of Christ and be recompensed for all of our deeds, whether good or evil. And Jesus says in Revelation 22, he says, behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give to every man according to what he has done. So it seems apparent that what we do here on earth has some sort of impact on eternity. And so I just encourage us to think about, as we live today, that we look toward the end of our lives here, and live our lives forward with that end in sight. And living with the end in sight means that we have to live in a world that seems real, but is actually temporary. And instead, we have to live a life of faith, expecting and waiting for a world that is more real and certain than anything we experience in this life. So thanks a lot. See you guys later.